Okay. Hello. Let's do an audio check. Shut up. I need to do this. Okay. Hey, gang. Yeah, back with another Carbuncles Corner. Alright, cool. Stream is all good and up and running. I kind of had a heart attack. I thought my controller broke. Turns out it's fine. I guess my charger just didn't like it or something. I don't know what's going on. It wouldn't have been a big deal. I could just use Joy-Cons, but definitely a little scare. Is this Car Deluxe? Yeah, this is totally Kirby Air Ride. You can see by all the Kirby and the Air Ride. This is this is PuyoPuyo. Specifically, this is the Carbuncles Corner tournament. The 21st one. A lot of these. And it is kind of weird, like, because I did, like, recently stream the last major Kirby Ride tournament. I feel like I probably gained a pretty large Kirby Ride following because of that, or at least some kind of storage or recommendation thingy. But then I also like stream Carbuncles Corner often. I mean, it's just a bit awkward is all. Welcome to the stream. The tournament hasn't quite started yet. I really do want to provide content, but pools aren't even made yet. Excuse me. Gretchen, was that burp even hearable? So, I don't know, I've been a little more aware of turning on noise suppression in OBS. It seems to pick up my voice fine. It is just a little awkward looking at the mic and just seeing it like it's not in a constant thing, it's just like completely quiet, it doesn't pick up any background noise. It's kind of what it's supposed to do, but yeah. We really are just waiting right now. Maybe I jumped the gun a bit by streaming. Do stay tuned, however. There'll be more to come. Alright, so looks like I'll be the usual Carbuncles Corner format. Pools. Into different brackets. It's gonna be Ruby and Pearl bracket. Pearl is like the lower half, Ruby is the upper half, and how it divides the players based on how they did in pools. And I'll be taking Ruby. I'm a little scared of just like commentating that bracket because I'm afraid of like, you know, I'm not the best Puyo player, obviously. It's pretty hard to just like find the best Puyo player, but I'm not like great. So I miss a lot of things, and well, I just don't want to provide weak commentary. I'll do my best. It'll be fun to watch these matches, though. There's some very powerful players. I'm looking at the list. We got WizKid, Void, DDR Dan, Koopberry. Yoshi 100. This is stacked. Excuse me. Da, 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 da. The bracket starts in about 2 minutes. But it could take a little longer for the actual seeding to happen. I do apologize for the delay, but delay? What delay? I haven't even started. I apologize for just, I don't know, nothing really happening. Not really sure what else to do. I would have like played some games or something. It's just like an awkward time. Like to start a match like 10 minutes before the tournament actually starts. It's just really awkward. Technically, tournament's on the way, but it generally takes like a few minutes. Speed. Ugh. See, I should have just scrimmed. Would have sucked because I'd have to play with controller because I don't feel like setting up my keyboard in like for like a 10-minute match. I would have provided content. I'll keep this in mind in the future, don't worry. I was rushing a little. I didn't have my Switch set up at all by my desk. Already, bracket seated, games may begin. And I already found a game I really want to see. This match will be WizKid versus Pink Spinner. So I know... I feel like WizKid will end up winning this match, but I think it's going to be pretty spicy. Both players have very good chaining capabilities, but WizKid has definitely a lot more harassing opportunities, or harasses a lot more from my experience. However, Pink Spinner tends to handle harassments pretty well, so you have to harass Pink Spinner right. Oopsie doopsie. There's gonna be a lot of people probably flooding into here now. Welcome, welcome. Anyone coming in? Yeah, anyways, Pink Spinner, very chain-centric. Doesn't harass, but chains in a very peculiar way that, like, light harassments don't work on Pink Spinner. Seems to be taking all of it. The optimal way to get the shot T-spin, left, left, down. I was able to spam every single emote before WizKid got in here. I need our chat open. Streaming can be a mess sometimes. Let me make sure I'm like actually... Yep, on the audio is working and stuff. Good. Sorry, I think that I missed. Okay. Anyways. We are simply still waiting. There we go. Okay.
Are you prepared? I am the usurper.
Alrighty, Pink Spinner versus WizKid. Like I said, Pink Spinner is a very chain-focused player. You'll definitely look out for Pink Spinner building their chain, building their transition last is definitely the biggest weak point that I always notice for the chain. You're probably gonna see WizKid punish that where possible. Or Pink Spinner was able to get that transition in fast.
Here I go.
A lot of seems like junk Puyos don't contribute much. Alright, WizKid's going with the fake out, but Pink Spinner barely got their chain out in time. WizKid's gonna need to build fast, and WizKid is getting all the pieces they need right now. Almost misses it. Those are some rough pieces. Not my mic? Oh my goodness. I swear every time. It's just always turning up my mic. Anyways. Yeah. So... yeah, okay, WizKid just had enough time to outchain Pink Spinner. Pink Spinner's chain wasn't... So what WizKid did was, WizKid kind of like faked out Pink Spinner. by setting off what looks like their full chain. And it's kind of like, it's just kind of a tactic used to kind of like catch people off guard. Anyway, so we have an all clear strat. All clear start. Pink Spinner's gonna barely offset that. Pink Spinner's a pretty large advantage right now. Yeah, it's definitely utilizing the space advantage they have. Doesn't want to take any garbage, because that could ruin the space advantage they have. And Pink Spinner takes the second round. So we got some back and forth. Good on Pink Spinner for being able to like take out the all clear early, but still like just keeping their chain clean to set up a counter to WizKid's all clear. WizKid took the garbage from the all clear, then Pink Spinner offset the all clear that WizKid has. Oh, I'm saying a lot. So Pink Spinner's chain is still very buildable. Okay, he's gonna go for harassment, but definitely more of a cleanup rather than harassment. Pink Spinner's gonna get greedy. No blues in sight. Very risky to sort of go for that. Anyways, Pink Spinner's gonna set off their full chain. Very possible here that WizKid is just gonna out-chain. But Pink Spinner always pulls out some of the strangest tails. WizKid does have a strong tail already. But will it be enough? There was a lot of power in Pink Spinner's chain. Oh, yeah, okay, WizKid just pulled out a really strong tail. WizKid didn't have too much of an extension on the second level, but heavily made up for that by that strong tail. Through the power 10 into the 11, that's just crazy. Yeah, so far from this analysis, or just so far from how these games have gone so far, it's just like, it's just very evident that WizKid is at a very strong chaining advantage. Just every time Pink Spinner's set off a chain, even after getting like attacked a little, or even after attacking, Pink Spinner's just been behind in the chaining game. Looks like Pink Spinner's just gonna make the biggest chain they can and set it off. WizKid might have just realized that their chaining advantage, and that Pink Spinner's tail cuts. Yeah, realizing stuff like that is gonna give you a huge advantage. WizKid didn't even try to extend any further, they just knew that they had the chaining advantage. Alrighty. Yeah, WizKid in a lead. Pink Spinner's definitely going to need to mix up their gameplay. If they continue playing in the same manner they have, they'll just continue getting outplayed every single round. Apologize for that screen dimming. Honestly, I have no idea how to turn it off. Maybe I should fix that or something. Anyways, kind of just rambling as chains are being built. Okay, this kid has a very nice tail, actually. Pink Spinner definitely is going to rely. Actually, Pink Spinner also has a strong tail. Not sure why WizKid just kind of set off their chain. Pink Spinner is no chain rookie. Although, wow, that counter 5 is gonna... It's gonna just gonna clear off most of the garbage, but... I mean, WizKid is just in such a losing position right now. Pink Spinner is using a bit of resources they have to recover a little. WizKid has to build up all the resources for anything they want to do, and they're gonna get blue sparingly. Spinner's definitely going for very weak attacks though. Pink Spinner needs to go for something more decisive to take advantage of WizKid's space disadvantage.
Here I go. Resign yourself.
Okay, he's gonna come in with a 3 chain of the garbage. WizKid is just holding on, does not want to lose a single other match. He's utilizing the resources very effectively.
Resign yourself.
Yeah, just building super efficiently, but Pink Spinner still has a opportunity for... Pink Spinner still has access to their resources, and while WizKid is building up a lot of... just a lot of what's the word?
Resign
It's
yourself.
building up a lot of harassments, realizing that Pink Spinner is very covered.
Here I go. Resign yourself.
Pink Spinner is gonna dig out their resources. WizKid with barely able to manage out a 5 chain.
No way.
Same with Pink Spinner, but Pink Spinner just had so much more power. This game can't go on this long.
Here I go.
I mean, we're on the brink of match point. You don't see that often at all. And yeah, we're at match point right now. Actually, that 3 chain sitting at rock, that is not normal. How? Okay, WizKid using their resources super creatively. That was great. Just how they were able to just dig out their resources like that in like a horizontal way. Usually you see vertical digs. Not often you see a horizontal one. Anyways, that was a very long match. This is why you never give up, folks. You just never know when your opponent could just like not be the strongest at finishing.
Here I go. Resign yourself. Here I go. Here I go. Here it comes.
It's not really relying on... I mean, like, yeah, it's
Here I go.
definitely something you should do. WizKid is a very interesting...
Here I go.
how they're...
Resign
How,
yourself.
I just want to point out WizKid's transition and just notice how the yellows... The 3 yellows with the red on top at the very top right.
Here I go.
It's just a very...
Yourself.
Very clever usage of that 1 yellow down there. Anyways, WizKid is gonna send out a really strong harassment. But, ooh, has a very strong tail. Okay, WizKid's gonna get really greedy. And is paid off, gets the perfect piece. Just barely. I didn't catch Pink Spinner's chain length, but seeing how much WizKid is setting up that tail, that's gonna be hard to beat. Yeah, just has a power 10 into the 12 tail. Very well done. WizKid is building some very impressive chains. Pink Spinner just isn't able to keep up with it. Pink Spinner definitely needs to mix in some harassments. Just from watching how these games are playing out. Pink Spinner is definitely at a disadvantage when it comes to chaining. Pink Spinner kind of like adapting their chain to just how they're setting it up.
Here I go. Resign
Very
yourself.
versatile, but WizKid is just gonna kind of set off their chain. Uh-oh. Pink Spinner is not gonna take advantage of any time they could get. Well, WizKid didn't have the strongest tail. Pink Spinner didn't extend at all.
Someone owes me an apology. I shall seize all.
Yeah, definitely you want to utilize the time your opponent is setting off your chain into extending. Of course, you gotta make sure you don't overdo it. Yeah, both players are just kind of just gonna avoid their all clear. They don't care, they don't want it. WizKid looks to be adapting their counter setup into a chain. He's just gonna kind of set it off. Pink Spinner's tail does not connect, however. Missing on that purple, it would have offset, but WizKid ends up taking the round. WizKid making very good plays, lots of like good harassments and just very strong chains. But Pink Spinner did not go down without a fight. I mean, the games weren't all just WizKid wiping the floor. Pink Spinner fought really well. And you really like to see games like that. I especially do. I really like watching it when an obviously lower level player is still able to put up a fight against a high level player just because of how Puyo works. It's a really fun experience. Anyways, I need to find a match to look at next. What do we... Oh man, please tell me this game hasn't started yet. No, wait. No, I think I could have caught this game. Oh, that would have been content. No! It was just a game that had a very close seeds. Five rounds? What's happened last time? It's just a couple pools that have more people, so there needs to be more rounds. Anyways, we're gonna have Naru versus Cooperry coming up. I haven't seen Neru? I'm just gonna say it Neru, just to be safe, but yeah, I haven't seen Neru play in a while. Cooperry, on the other hand, oof. Cooperry is a strong player. They just like look out for Cooperry is just like archaic. Is that a good word to use to describe it? Very just like all over the place chaining style. They don't do GTR, they don't do stairs or anything like that. I don't even know if I would call it freestyle because it's like it's very consistent. Wait, Cooperry is gonna set up a counter counter setup on the right. Neru's gonna set up a counter setup on the left, but it seems like any kind of counter setup is just kind of unimportant. Just because both players just kind of set off the chins. Or set off the L-things. Anyways, Cooperry's gonna just go ahead, set off a 6 chain. It's gonna end up beating Neru's 4 chain. Simple chain victory. I guess Cooperry was just a lot further ahead than Neru because Cooperry set up on the right side where they had 3 spots to initially work with. While Neru set up on the left where they only have 2 spots to really work with to avoid column 3. That's a very important thing to just notice in a clear start. Cooperry is going to go with a initiation harassment. Ooh, kind of get... It's hard to just talk because Cooperry just keeps on just continues to follow up so perfectly. I mean, their chain was set up to... It was like Universe. Their chain was just set up to chain, and it was also set up to grass. Kuberry looks like they're going for a 3-chain. It's gonna counter Neru's. Okay, it looks like Kuberry's in a much better position regarding their chain. Just all of that space on the right of Neru. There is room for a tail, but Kuberry is really much flatter on top. And Neru is gonna kind of just could only do what they had to do. Just had to do. Oh man, I'm struggling to speak. There's too much to keep track of. But yeah, Neru kind of did all they could with what they had and couldn't keep up. Kuberry is a very aggressive harasser. Just once Kuberry lands one harassment, they're gonna throw the rest of the harassments at you until you're done for, or you set off the chain, in which they'll very likely they'll definitely pull out a very strong counter chain. Kuberry looking like they're struggling a little bit, being unable to set off those reds to the left. Being unable to set off those blues to the left. I was gonna cut off their chain in order to. Never mind. Wow. I could not predict Kuberry's chains. I never would have expected something like that in a million years. But anyways, ooh, Neru has a very strong chain yet. So I said Kuberry was in a better chaining position, but Kuberry did kind of have to throw it away in order to put on some more pressure on Neru. Okay, we have an all-clear start. And Neru builds up on the left, while Kuberry builds up on the right. This is gonna give Kuberry a... I don't know, Kuberry is actually just gonna build in column 3 anyways. Kuberry's just gonna, like, set off... Oh, that is so smart. Wait a second. Okay, so I just realized what Kuberry did. Kuberry must have noticed that Neru is building on the left, where they only have... you only have 2 rows. 2 columns, I mean, to work with. Well, Kuberry already has a good amount on the right, and they just noticed that it would be really hard for Neru to really out-chain Kuberry if Kuberry just kind of said, I'm gonna set off my chain right now. Because Neru would have to build up in column 3, and they wouldn't have any kind of tail to work with, and Kuberry just kind of just... Yeah, that was just some really good decision making from Kuberry. Oh, we have a really strong harassment from Neru, and that's just gonna take out Kuberry. Kuberry did not expect Neru to have such a strong counter. Kuberry was building up for their own chain. Kuberry definitely wanted Neru to just set off their full chain. But Neru was ready. Had a counter. Okay, Neru's gonna build a stairs deal transition. Very high vertically. This is gonna allow them to dig, but knowing Kuberry, they will definitely not give anyone the time of day when it comes to digging. Yeah. Oof. It's very rough for Neru to deal with all of Kuberry's tactics. Kuberry is definitely paying a lot of attention to what Neru is doing, and especially after that last all-clear start. I'm just convinced that Kuberry is just watching Neru's board constantly. This time Kuberry building very vertically, stacking very tall. Neru's building some kind of like, it's a GTR-like type chain. It's not quite GTR, but it's very similar. It takes the same like idea. that GTR provides. Nero's gonna set off the chain in a very unorthodox way, but it's gonna not cut. It just works because of all those yellows and blues up there, and Cooperi isn't gonna get enough time. Okay, it looks like Nero is finding a way to take out Cooperi. Nero is just... It seems like Nero has a chaining advantage, and so if Nero is able to get their chain up and keep it safe, they have a strong chance against Cooperi. This is definitely something that I need to keep up. It's very hard to adapt mid-match. Cooperi's gonna stuff a 2-chain, they have another 2-chain ready, but it's actually a 3-chain due to how they got those reds. Yeah, Nero just has no space to dig. He's gonna get wiped by that 3-chain. Cooperi does bring it to match point, but Nero still has a very strong shot at this. It's still taking this round. It is going to be rough. Needing to win 4 times in a row is not easy, especially against someone who is an adept harasser. It looks like Nero is just gonna kind of set off their chain. It is gonna cut short, and Cooperi's greed is gonna get the better of them. Cooperi did not need to get that greedy. Definitely got a little mixed up when that chain cut for sure. I think they could have set off their chain. Gaming indeed, Celestial Squid. This is a great match. I like Nero is just playing very interestingly. It's like their chain style is super similar to GTR. I just mentioned it just kind of takes in the same principle as GTR does. Anyways, Cooperi is just gonna provide unlimited pressure. And yeah, that 4-chain is stronger than a 3. Nero's gonna get covered up again. Nero just isn't gonna get any colors to dig. And even if they did, I mean, Cooperi was ready with that power 3. Just built so fast. Yeah, Cooperi's gonna take the round. Wow, what a game. Yeah, wow. So Nero was really good at chaining, but I mean, Cooperi was also really strong at chaining, and Cooperi just also had a strong... Cooperi also had a strong time harassing, and Nero really fell under the pressure. Whew. Never got how difficult commentating can be, especially just any match with Cooperi. They do so much crazy stuff. What match do I look for next? Any good close seed matches? I also want to just cover just many different players. Is this match started yet? There's actually no lobbies for me to join right now. These are 1 seed apart. I'm gonna go ahead and vote this one. Okay. So with that last match, I'm trying to think of what what Naru did strongly to get their 4 wins in the round. Definitely all the times it was just kind of like they just like I think their 4th win they just like found a very interesting way to set off their chain. And I think it just set Kuberi off guard because it really looked like that Naru was. It looks like Naru was just really good at like catching people if they're like, even if they're like paying attention. Just their chains were built in a. I mean, Kuberi was also building unorthodoxly, but like Naru took advantage of a lot of situations where it looked like they were cooked, but they found a way through. So true, gaming. I agree, Pink Spinner. We have Tony versus Riley. I have no idea what to expect out of this match. I haven't seen any of these players play. I just kind of looked around, saw that they were closely seated, and just kind of chose it. So this is exciting. It's just like it's being annoying in the cheer chats. I love being annoying.
Let's have fun, okay?
Alrighty, I'm excited. It's always exciting to see new players play. Just people you've never seen before. You just don't know what to expect. Alrighty, well, an all-clear start is not the best way to find out how people play. However, we can still find out aspects of their play style. Uh-oh. Okay. It looks like Tony... Looks like neither of these players really respect the all-clear. They just continue just doing whatever they want. And Tony is just setting off stuff. It's like it's really good harassment. Looks like they're gonna want to continue that purple. I really want those purples. It's gonna put a lot of power into their chain. Definitely could have gone the wrong way, but Riley just wasn't able to dig. Yeah, it looks like Tony's much more of an aggressive player. They focus less on building a big chain. They focus like a lot less. Alrighty, they already have their own chain player. They're gonna go for an all clear. They're gonna get it. Yeah, Riley just doesn't have the chain to compete. Just understands that they have an all clear. They're just gonna set up the one chain, and I'm toast. Through all this garbage too, which is really any way to recover, especially without any like preparation for it, and just being covered up in a bunch of garbage. Seems like neither players play GTR. At least Tony builds a similar shape to GTR. It seems to have some very strong chaining fundamentals. I'm noticing that they're fixing their chain really well. Yeah, I was gonna go for the chain set off. Oh, doesn't have the yellow to get that one extra extension. Looks like Riley is gonna get their chain off, but oh wow. Okay. I guess I just didn't realize how fatal that cut was on Tony's chain. Not only did Tony not have a tail, but they cut off a yellow, which would give him one link. I just didn't realize how strong Riley's chain was there. That was good. And Riley's gonna go for harassment. It's definitely in a spot to get a follow-up. And Riley seems to be wanting to dig. It's possible that Riley gave Tony just enough time to dig, but no, Tony is getting a little greedy. He needs a lot of blues to set off their full chain. I feel like Tony definitely should have gone for their full chain there. Instead, they kind of just extended when Riley definitely understood that and followed up. Tony's gonna go for small harassment. It is gonna curve Riley quite a bit. I kind of block out Riley of any direct options. Riley's gonna blow what I thought how they were gonna play out of the water. Yeah, this is a complete reverse of what I expected. And we got Tony shading, we got Riley fighting. Just complete opposite. So far, these players are very evenly matched. They just like they have chained very similar lengths. They both like kind of harass in the same sort of manner. They both like harass, but it kind of like messes up their chain. So their only option after that is just a harassment follow-up. They don't really have a spot to... Uh-oh, okay. Riley, or Tony making it very close. And Riley's actually going to go for a very strong harassment that doesn't mess up their chain. That was really good. That was, like, that's some really good play. Just, like, having a 4-chain up there and having it not mess up any part of your chain is just a really strong harassment option. The 4-chain is generally... 4-chain isn't quite fatal on its own, but with how tall Tony's board was, it was fatal. So it looks like Riley just doesn't go for chaining or harassment. They seem to be pretty balanced. Tony, on the other hand, is definitely being a short chain player. They're gonna get the perfect piece, but they need to set off their chain. So Riley's gonna need to build fast. It's kind of just like building off their tail, but okay, their chain didn't set off how I thought it did. I'm just wondering if they were kind of just gonna go set off their chain. But tail does not work, and even if they did add a tail, I don't think that what am I trying to say? I don't think Riley's extension was strong enough to counter Tony's chain, even if it did have a tail. Is it starting to keep the screen on? I honestly I've just been lazy and haven't looked in the settings. I always forget about this issue every time there's a Carbuncles Corner. I mean, Riley building very tall. Riley's gonna need their chain quick. Yeah, that's a strong extension. A lot of power in that tail. I'll check the settings after this match if there's any time available. But yeah, yeah, just a simple chain counter from Riley. Tony's chain is in a very awkward position. Yeah, it was just weak. And Riley's chain was in a very good position, so it was just kind of like everything was just sort of against Tony. Oh no. Yeah, Riley's chain is not set off well right now, but it is? Oh, never. Wow, okay. Riley, I'm still not. I guess I just haven't understood how Riley's chain form works. I keep on thinking that their chain doesn't work, but it does end up coming out. So Riley's chain advantage is going to give them a huge edge, just because Tony is not harassing as much. And it's going to give Riley time to both chain and harass if they really need to. It looks like Riley wants to go for attacks. Riley really thinking if they can set off their chain, and they are able to set off their chain, but it is not their full chain. Tony has a very clean tail. It's gonna completely offset Riley's chain.
No, impossible. Who wants the worst piece of cake?
Okay, very, like, yeah, this is just a very even match. It's awesome to see matches like this. Each player doesn't have one exact clear advantage over the other. I think Riley has a training advantage, but it's not big enough to be like a game ender. Looks like Riley's gonna go for harassment. Possibly. Yeah, it's gonna with those purples, or reds and purples, but Tony just gonna kinda offset it. Okay, very that's it. Yeah, just Riley sets off way too long of a harassment. Tony's just gonna have as much time as they want to make sure their chain is all ready and good. Alright, Tony bringing it to match point, but I mean we've seen these players trade rounds, so this is still anyone's game. Alrighty, both players. Okay, yeah, Tony and Riley just kind of building up their chain. It looks like Riley might go for harassment. Ends up building up those greens, and yeah, it's gonna go for an extension. Those reds and blues connect in such a unique way. Oh, alright, so Tony's gonna offset Riley's chain, but Riley's coming back with the power too. Oh, but Tony's chain is reversible, or that's how it was set up? Either one of those. Oh, but Riley has a alternate way to set off their chain. Ooh, ouchie. Tony taking 2 rows of garbage and not getting the green that they want. Alright, is realizing that they have a resource advantage right now. And that is gonna... No! Riley has a great tail. No! Oh! Just barely off. Those yellows are just one space away from taking that chain into a very powerful tail. That was an exciting game. I always love seeing games that are really close like that. Just incredible. Really. That was really good. Well played, Riley and Tony. Yeah, just like... There's definitely not a clear chaining advantage from either players, but both players definitely just very susceptible to mistakes. Their chains weren't clean every single time. Oh, okay. Yeah, just inconsistent. Definitely lacking practice for sure. Still played a very good match. Lacking practice is not a bad thing. It just means you need to play more. Okay, I need to hurry up and find another match. We're on round 4 now. Looks like all of round 3 is done. Round 4 might actually have no matches to look at. Let's look. Yeah, might have to jump ahead to round 5. Wait, I'm gonna go make into this one. Okay, we have another game. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I thought those were close seeds. But we have a game, at least. That's better than nothing, better than just sitting around. And just definitely during the pools break, I will turn off the auto screen dim that plagues my streams. I have that chat message right there to look at to remind me. This could be bad. I might not have water for the last round. Okay. You might not have commentary for the first part, but water is super important to me right now, and I'm going to go get some.
How exciting!
Greetings!
Let's do this.
Wanna play with me?
Alrighty, here we go. Buppers versus Lanny. Both these players are Carbuncle Corner returners. Unfortunately, I've not seen them play much, so I have no idea how they play. So, why don't we find out? Both players rocking GTR. As always, it's a super popular chain form. It's very used by many.
How's that?
Lanny's just kind of gonna set off what they have, but Buppers is in a much better position to do that. Even though their chain cuts real bad like that, it's still out chains. Definitely could have been bad though if Lanny just had one more link.
I knew I'd win.
That was like Buppers had like the minimum chain they needed to kill off Lanny. Anyway. Buppers, looking like they're, I was gonna say, really looking like they want a harassment. And they get that double blue, completely covers up their weakness of their GTR. Sometimes you really do just need a bit of luck. Okay. Buppers is just gonna set up the chain. Same time that Lanny wins. Oh. Yeah. Even if those blues linked, it would not have been enough for Lanny, but still rough to see.
I knew I'd win.
Lanny definitely could have. I don't know if Buppers reacted off of Lanny or they kind of just set off at the same time, but Lanny definitely could have just gone for more chains rather than just like sending off your chain. Definitely noticing Lanny has slowed down quite a bit. Definitely taking their time. This means that they might just get outsped in terms of chain length. Lanny's only gonna have a 4 chain, and Buppers Buppers chain doesn't connect actually. Lanny just barely had enough to just send off a few.
You like that?
And Buppers is gonna load up their chain with some quick power, and this is gonna be lethal to Lanny.
Too bad.
Yeah, Buppers making that real close, messing up their chain like that. Lanny is really slowed down and is really taking their time. I wasn't paying attention the last few rounds, but I wasn't paying too close attention the last few rounds, but I don't know if they've been playing this. I don't know if they were playing this slow the last few rounds. It's definitely just noticed that if they were playing slowly. Yeah, I mean Lanny doesn't have their transition. Bupper's chain is pretty much just fully ready now. Now they can kind of just really harass.
You like that?
Yeah, Buppers is... Lanny's gonna set off their chain, and Buppers realizes that Lanny just doesn't have a second floor. There's definitely a huge, definitely a very big speed and just chaining difference from these players. Buppers is building much faster and building much bigger. Every time I see this, every time I just like see this, like, every time I see a speed and a chaining disadvantage, it just really hurts because, like, for the speed disadvantaged player, or just the disadvantaged player, there's not much they can do. Because even if you do adapt, you're just not going to be able to keep up the speed and stuff. Speed and chaining power. Yeah, Buppers is kind of spam an 11 chain. Or Lanny just... Oof.
Too bad.
I knew I'd win.
Yeah, it's a rough world right now. Buppers in a very strong lead. Being in a 5-0, it's a lot for Lanny to win. Buppers is going to build a strong tail. We need a lot of blues in the right spots though.
You like that?
Does end up getting their chain off. And he is just gonna kind of set off their chain, but Buppers' tail is just too strong. So Lanny also comes in with a strong tail. Unfortunately though, it's just barely too weak.
Too bad.
Just one link away,
I knew
really.
I'd win.
Yeah, Buppers in just a perfect match point. This has just been a very rough match for Lanny. And just when you're this far behind in score, it just gets really stressful. Because your room for error just starts to decrease and decrease.
You like that?
Buppers is gonna go for harassments. Lanny's gonna go for power 1 chain. Yeah, Buppers is just gonna kind of set off their chain. I don't know if this is the best idea for them though, but oh no. Yeah. Okay, Lanny being at this chain disadvantage, just unable, just,
Too bad.
I knew
what am
I'd
I,
win.
I'm really trying to like grab my words right now. It's just really rough because I just like, I'm on the verge of tears. You know, even in such a huge, just like, victory like that though, Lanny still did their best. They did not give up or anything. They went on strong, and that's what you can appreciate. But ouchie. don't think there's... It's gonna be rough to fight a match right now. Oh no, there's only one match going on right now. We'll see a familiar face in this upcoming match. I saw WizKid at the start in pool 1, I think. Okay, let's see if I can find this setting. Is it this? That's like auto sleep. I just need to find wherever it darkens. In here? System? I am very unfamiliar with the Switch's settings. Oh my, I'm like trying to look for something that has like any kind of... Oh man. I guess it's not in there. Is it really this? I'm just gonna change these to never just in case. I haven't gotten any responses from the players that I want playing. Screen burn-in? Let me change this back. Where was that? Did I miss that? Is that here? Oh, okay. Thank you, phenotype. Did I make it never? I think I just turned it off, didn't I? Yeah, off. Alright, cool. I don't have to worry about the screen dimming a bunch. Nice password. Gotta say, that's a really good password.
Battle with your heart. Battle with love.
Just every time, show me that T-spin
Wanna
appears.
play with me?
Anyways, here we go. WizKid was versus Buppers. Saw Buppers last time. They seem to be just a strong chainer. It's definitely hard to focus on just focus on what their major strengths were when their opponent was weak. So let's see what they do when their opponent is just much stronger than them. Will Buppers change up their gameplay? So far, now I do this, but it looks like they are kind of testing the waters,
You like that?
seeing what chain length they can generally get away with. And definitely very much more of a fake out type chain there. on Bupper's side.
You like that? I like
It almost working, but the only thing not working is WizKid is a strong chain. Is gonna it's gonna outchain by a lot.
Let's try that again.
WizKid taking the first round by due to just like I'm both by chain length and just noticing that Bupper's chain, but WizKid definitely could have been very focused on extending if they just kind of glanced at it and thought it worked. But they were paying attention. They noticed it didn't work. WizKid's just gonna give up making those greens work with their tail. You know, Buppers is missing the one yellow in their GTR. It does end up getting it. WizKid definitely has a much cleaner tail. Buppers' tail almost works, but there's some garbage separating a purple that is needed. Looks like Buppers is just gonna set off the biggest chain they have built. And WizKid's chain is very clean, just a couple pieces to the left. It's gonna get a 13 chain against Buppers, yeah. Ooh. Let's see if Buppers will. I mean, like, I know both the times Buppers has tried to outchain WizKid is definitely failed. This WizKid just like comes back with a much stronger chain. Yeah, against Buppers. So I wonder if Buppers will change up their playstyle. It's definitely at this point where when you realize you're at such a chaining disadvantage, you definitely gotta adapt. But that's also just a very difficult thing to just do in the first place. You don't just adapt. You don't just completely change how you play. Looks like WizKid's really going for harassment. Is not going to go for the follow-up. Realizes that Buppers is a very... Or doesn't go with the full chain follow-up. Just realizes that Buppers is the chain ready. WizKid's going to instead... Ooh, yeah, that was a really smart play from WizKid. Just like realizing that if they set off their chain in full, it's going to give Buppers enough time to dig. But yeah, so because if they just set off their full chain, they're given enough time. So WizKid just gotta like cut into their chain so that the resources aren't wasted. Anyways, we have an all clear v all clear. Ooh. Okay, yeah, oof. Okay, it won't be as bad since Bupper's got that 3 chain, but WizKid still has their very accessible resources. Once that blue-yellow, perfect piece alert. Yeah, WizKid's just gonna utilize their resources really well. Originally intending for a counter setup, really recovering that. Just recovering that really well after Buppers just quickly set off their all clear.
Let eternal darkness consume.
WizKid is at a clean victory right now. Buppers is 0 points. This is looking rough for Buppers, but they aren't too far behind. They have gotten really close. Just WizKid is very observant, and any tricks just don't really work against WizKid. Yeah, WizKid's in a very rough spot to extend right now. Definitely keep that in mind. You might probably gonna see them extend off of their or harass off of their extension. Oh no, they actually build up the greens. They're able to get their chain off. WizKid definitely tends to get most of the strength of their chains and tails. But not really a tail on that chain. Buppers almost has their tail, but that one red just is in the way. Very, very unfortunate. That was. I think that one extra link, if they got their tail right, would have been the difference maker. Okay. Alright, yeah. WizKid building up stairs. I don't think I emphasized that WizKid plays stairs. Yeah. WizKid plays stairs. Ain't that crazy? You know, like, a lot of people just, like, see stairs as a more lower tier chaining form. This kid rocking it up in this Carbuncles Corner really well. And it's kind of a chain of type that they made. Yeah, Buffer's just going to initiate with their full chain. That's not going to work out too well against the stairs. It's very important to realize when your opponent is playing stairs, just because of how vulnerable stairs can be, and how difficult stairs is to just outchain in the first place. You really are fighting a losing battle if you try to outchain a stairs player. Which, I mean, of course it can be done, but I mean, just because stairs is an easier chain form to make... It's an easier chain form to really just, like, understand and build with. And especially if you're rocking it at a higher level, your opponent's gonna really know how to play stairs. Wow, okay. WizKid's stairs was set up in a way that it works in, like... It was able to work in both directions if desired. Definitely not rougher to build around that right now, though. Really hard to... Oh no. WizKid's tail is gonna cut. Or those missing out in those purples, but it's gonna be just enough to outchain with some extra garbage. WizKid is gonna use those resources left by the cut chain to immediately go for a follow-up. And here comes the second follow-up. Yeah, there's no resources for buffers to use, and that's gonna be game. Wow, for how, for how close that was, or just how close every game felt, WizKid still took a clean sweep. But yeah, buffers definitely not adapting their playstyle to WizKid, not deciding to just not really go for as often harassments. That really is a very important thing to keep in mind when fighting and, like, just when playing in general, just adapting to what the other person's doing. But at the same time, that is the most difficult thing to do. I mean, come on, you can't just... You can't just change how you play mid-game. That's really difficult. Okay, well, that is the end of pools. I'm gonna take a little break while brackets get seated. Okay, welcome back stream. If I sound any different, that's because I blew up my nose, because it was, Shoot, has brackets started? Oh no. Brackets are there, but have they officially started? Well, you know I want to see this match. This YouTube #1 fan thingy is like top fans. It's so funny. Like I just find it really funny because there's like 5 people in here who have like sent one message and they all have like the #1 top fan by their name in the chat. I was like, whoa, everyone is my #1 fan. No, seeing the players who are in Ruby bracket, this is gonna be hard to. I'm like not even playing. It's just gonna be hard to commentate. There's gonna be a lot to focus on, and this ain't just any match. It's your boy Coopberry. This guy is so hard to read. Wait, was it? It's Nero versus Coopberry again, I just realized. That happened last time, right? I think. Alrighty, well. We got a rematch. Nero versus Coopberry. No, Coopberry did win last time. However, Nero has a deeper understanding of just how Coopberry's playstyle works. What? Coopberry playing GTR? That's very unlike Coopberry. You know, I don't know if I've ever seen Coopberry ever play GTR. I mean, it's not like I've like seen Coopberry's every single game that Coopberry has played, but you know, I've seen them play a lot. They've never played GTR. Ooh, okay, so here. Oh. Ooh. One piece away from being able to counter that. Yeah, Nero really catches Coopberry off guard with that strong harassment. I did not see that coming. That was really good. Alright, Nero building I see this form in Fever a lot. I have no idea what it's called. It's like a flat style. Pancakes? I feel like I've seen it pulled up before. Oh, my voice is struggling. Ooh. Ooh. Very comes on with a very effective harassment.
Satisfied at last.
Narrow is just way too cramped up. Used up all the spaces that they needed. If they wanted to, like, just place any pieces that they can't use immediately. Oh, Narrow kind of messing up their tail. Those blues will cause it to power. It looks like Narrow's just kind of going all into this power. Actually, might be adapting their chain, but it's still low because of the power. Alright, he's gonna go for a fake out. Wait, could they catch it? Looks like Cooper will end up catching it. Oh, just this very... I don't know if that's chain, but... Ooh. Yeah, Cooper's crazy chain. Yeah, Cooper getting second dibs on to set off the chain really makes... It's really... You're just at such an advantage if you're the second one setting up your chain. And like, I can guarantee you that like 90% of games where main chain is set up first, the person who set it off is losing the match. That was a lot of time spent to just get through a few pieces of garbage. Cooper's ready with another thing. Oh wait, no. I'm got a little confused there. Narrow's not wasting any time on Cooper, just getting so high up. Both players are even right now. It's just like the first game with Cooper is in the left, I think. Or I'm just doing the classic case of mixing people up. Narrow sees Cooper's 3 chain, but it doesn't have enough to counter it. Buffers a good amount of it, but it's left with just one column of room. Cooper's relentless attacks. Really scary. They just leave you with no room to do anything. Especially if Cooper just like continues to just like pay attention to what you're doing. You're really just unable to get away with any kind of chain. Cooper setting up their chain first, but missing the fact that Narrow can still set off their chain. And with a strong 10, Narrow takes that round. Like I said, initiating with a full chain is just not a good idea. It never ends well, pretty much. It only ends well if you have a very obvious chaining advantage of your opponent, and well... First we got 2 all clears. Not 2 all clears, he's got 1 all clear. Yeah, Cooper just missed the all clear. And, if it's a 3 chain, it's... Cooper wasn't ready to extend, their chain is very far apart, their tail wasn't ready. Got caught very off guard by that all clear. Nero is taking a lead. Let's see if Cooper will adapt to the changes that they've been. I'm noticing Nero is fighting harassments a lot more than they were before. Like, look at this, they're gonna have a very strong 4 into a 5. They're not giving in to the pressure easily. However, Cooper is a much stronger 5 link. I should say 5 stronger 5 chains. The link that makes it stronger. However, Nero has a very good chance of utilizing the resources. But, I mean, even if they did get it, it really would have just stalled out the game.
Satisfied at last.
Would have left Nero with very little space, and Kuberi just has full reign to just build whatever they want. Nero just wouldn't have enough space to build a meaningful enough harassment. And well, that would have just stripped Nero of even more resources. Okay.
Very nice.
That Kuberi initiating with the 3-chain isn't going to be too devastating, but if Nero keeps on not getting any combos, here's what's happening. Yeah, I mean, like, 10 pieces too late. Purples, what was that? Okay, Nero getting pretty unlucky, but I mean, even if they did get those pieces earlier, there's no way they would have had enough time to get access to their main chain again, because it just wasn't strong enough of an attack to beat Kuberi's full chain. Kuberi just not slowing down at all, even though reaching the very top. Just really wants that harassment. Nero's gonna react to their full chain. This is gonna be very tough for Kuberi to build around, but yeah, Kuberi ends up getting the chain. Yes, it's just enough to be lethal too. Kuberi brings it to match point. We've seen though, Nero is very possible for Nero to still win. All clear start is going to make things interesting. Looks like Kuberi is denying them. Oh, it's this again! Oh, I gotta say, like, Kuberi is a genius for that. Although, not being lethal enough. Yeah, okay, I explained this earlier, but, very real, okay. Ooh. I don't have time to explain this right now, just give me a minute. Okay, a 4-chain from Nero, only the first two of the columns. Impressive chain for just how vertical it is. Nero's gonna go for a strong 2-chain harassment. Oh, this reversal here. Kuberi just reversed. Yeah, oof. Nero's not going to be able to survive that. That was a very good use of... Kuberi did a very good job using their resources. That was a really good match. Very evenly matched in terms of chaining. And again, seen from the last one, Kuberi just has a bit more of a consistent fighting style that was able to really mess with Nero's playstyle. But yeah, great match. Okay, what I want to say about the all clear situation. This happened this happened the last match in pools, where the Nero used the first two columns to build their counter setup. And Kuberi used the last three, and just having that many more resources just instantly gives you this chaining advantage that you just can't fight. I don't think there's any matches that aren't going on. I just need anything. No! Maybe I can do this match. Please don't start. Okay. When am I the #1 Coopberry fan? I feel like I've like watched every single one of Coopberry's games. I mean, oh, I love Coopberry's playstyle. It's so fun to just watch, just like watch it just work really well. Oh, it's really satisfying too, just how they build chains so interesting. Uh-oh. Getting harassed by random people trying to join lobbies. This is why you have to put that's why you put a password on. Yeah, I really like noticing small advantages that some players have. With Nero versus Coopberry. Just like Coopberry just had this small little edge of just like being just a bit stronger and harassing. And on top of that, just being more consistently harassing and just messed up Nero all the time. Alrighty, Hiku versus Coopberry. Let's hit it. Oh, Hiku. I feel like I've seen Hiku before. But I don't know where. And I just don't remember anything about how they play.
Cue the music.
On your knees.
So let's see how this goes. We got another Spectator versus Ocean Prince. But anyways, yeah. So Coopberry had much messier sort of chain style versus Hiku's just plain GTR. Let's see whose playstyle will prevail. Now, I only say Coopberry has a messy chain style just because, like, you can't really attribute it to one chain form.
Whoa! Step it up! Toughen beats!
Oh, ouch. That was a very devastating attack. Ooh, but Coopberry's coming back with a power 2. And Hiku not ready for it. And has just a little space to get taken out. Coopberry had just enough room, got just the right pieces, and perfectly used them to build up that counter harassment. Oh wow, Hiku. You know, I was really not looking like GTR, but they just kind of just pulled it out last second. Instant GTR right there. Okay.
Whoa! Step it up! Toughen beats! Whoa!
Okay, so... Wow. Wait. How did Coopberry's outchain that?
Very nice.
It's gonna be hard to handle this.
Whoa!
Just gonna...
Step it up!
Alright, this power 3 is gonna really take... Ouchie.
Whoa!
Coopberry's not out of it.
Step it up!
Very nice. How dare you?
Coopberry still has... Chain is just vertical enough to still work out. Gets a purple and that blue needed to set up their full chain. Hiku also gets their full chain. Hiku might just have a stronger tail. Yeah, definitely. Ooh. So yeah, Coopberry just... In the process of getting covered by garbage, they used a lot of their resources to get out of their bad situation, which they did harass in the meantime, but Hiku's chain was just overall much more stable, and Hiku just wasn't wasting any pieces. It looks like Hiku's gonna go for a different chaining style. Actually, it looks like it's sandwich. Possible? No, it's not. It sets off that way. That's not sandwich. Okay, Hiku... Odd Hiku building GTR, but with a very abnormal tail. No, the tail doesn't work. Other way. So I can't just say the tail doesn't work. This doesn't work like that. Yeah, Hiku's tail works very strong. Which actually just... Hiku set up the chain just a little wrong. And it's gonna be difficult. Ooh, okay, wow. Hiku just like setting up the chain just perfectly enough to. Oh my goodness, they're just offsetting each other's chains all the time. What? This is the most like equal trades I've ever seen. But Coopberry is gonna finally fall under a lot of garbage. Coopberry has no resources to look for. Or just no resources to look for. Just everything was covered up. Hiku definitely won that endurance test. Hiku just was able to use any... or just place their Puyos a lot better. Coopberry is going to place some Puyos in column 3. This may cost them their counter setup. Okay. Hiku tries to catch Coopberry off guard. Okay. Coopberry's ready. Coopberry knows, but oh man, that's a nasty tail. Okay. Let's look at how it wraps around Hiku's chain. It looks like Hiku. It looks like Coopberry has more resources. But all those powers just weren't enough to outdo Hiku's crazy tail. Hiku's gonna swag it out with an all clear. Hiku definitely running into a chaining disadvantage for sure. Coopberry's probably gonna want to focus just a little more on harassing, which is what they are doing right now. They don't care about the integrity of their chain right now. Yeah, Coopberry dropped everything and said, I'm just attacking. I don't see an opportunity for Hiku to set off their chain. I'm going full in. I really hope I don't sound too biased for Coopberry. I feel like I might be like just glorifying Coopberry a lot here. Possibly just only cheering Coopberry on. But yeah, what's the fun if you're not like cheering for someone, you know? Anyways, Hiku's tails are just so fancy. Just a few pieces off. Coopberry probably getting a bit too greedy. Not to say is that a 10 chain? Not to say a 10 chain is small. But like to these players, like a 10 chain is very out-chainable. Coopberry probably didn't need to go for all that they did. Coopberry's gonna do a little poke. Hiku's going in for a power 2. Coopberry's getting ready to counter with a 2 chain, but just out of options. That power 2 really messed up Coopberry's plans. So while Coopberry needs to focus more on harassing, they need to make sure their chains aren't. They need to make sure they aren't harassed as well. Just how does Hiku's tail gonna work? Excuse me, I had a little yawn there. How am I yawning in this intense match? Alright, Hiku's gonna take some garbage. Coopberry doing their classic kind of thing, following up. However, Hiku does offset it. Alright, Hiku's gonna set up their chain. I wasn't sure if that was a fake out. Yeah, just again with these like fancy tails. Coopberry barely gets their chain set off. Blueberry's gonna get a very strong tell if this still working. He just might have that. No, just barely off. Yeah, those reds just didn't quite connect. Alright, Hiku brings it to match point. Blueberry is very behind. Hiku has just kind of been outplaying Blueberry every step of the way. Which just made it really, really tough to... Blueberry's just had a very hard time keeping up with Hiku's playstyle. Hiku's really good at like that was that was crazy clean. That was a crazy clean extension. It's clear that Hiku has a lot more just knowledge of chaining, just raw chaining. However, Blueberry is gonna offset Hiku's chain. Hiku is gonna kind of just like I was gonna send out actually gonna send a lot of garbage. I underestimated the 5 chain. Blueberry again utilizing their resources very well. Does not care if they have to play slow. Just realizes they don't have enough room. Yeah, very rough game for Blueberry. Just Hiku is really just ahead of the game. Very well played though. That was a bonkers match. There's a lot of back and forth, and there was that one round where they were just like kept on setting off equalized chains. It was kind of wild just how equal they were. How they just like, yeah, great match. Whew. Starting to feel the momentary exhaustion. I gotta really pull it out though. Any losers matches to take a look at? I don't think so. Oh my goodness. Battlefly's being annoying. Okay, I'd like to see this match. Wait, is it? I'm waiting for the loot to come up. Okay. Oh. There it is. Alrighty, this... Oh, I usually don't follow winners bracket like this. But it's kind of like the only I want to stream like I want to stream different people. I want to see more playstyles, and kind of just every match that was available was people you've already seen. So right, let's go. We have Void versus Aklev. Think. Now I know all I know is that Void is a very strong player. I'm not entirely sure what makes them strong. I guess they're just... Maybe they just have really strong harassment. But yeah, Void is a very strong player. I've never seen Aklev think before. Or just Aklev. Acklev's gonna go for a poke. Void is gonna go for a full-on harassment.
How's that?
Oh, he's actually gonna... I can just... Void not letting down on these attacks. Wow.
Did you enjoy my technique?
Just relentless. Yeah. So... Not sure how Acklev think plays. I mean, you can't really see after one game, can you? Let's just
Dare you?
continue looking. Alright,
How's
if Void's gonna go for a poke, well, Acklev think is just gonna go for a harassment. It kind of reversed what happened last time. Not a finished tail from Void. That's gonna really reduce Void's chaining power. Oh, but Acklev thinks Acklev's tail, or Acklev's chain just cut.
Did you enjoy my technique?
I guess the top of the GTR went away. I don't know. I was kind of focusing on what Void was building. It was kind of I just was focusing on what Void was building. Yeah. I tend to not look at chains just being set off. Looks like Void is really building up a tail. Yeah, Void just wants to see that tail happen. Definitely the wrong play, however. I mean, first of all, the tail didn't... Not only did the tail just not follow through all the way, but Acklev just had... I'm just gonna say this every time. Acklev just had unlimited time to just think about their chain. Void's not going down without a fight though, and gets a very strong counter. I mean, if Void just had like one purple, couple reds, maybe even just one purple, that would have outchained. But yeah, that even at this, like, and you might think that, like, well, maybe you can just build fast enough. Even players at this high of a level are just can't keep up with the speed at which chains are set off. Oh, a very strong harassment from Acklev. Gonna completely take out Void.
Regret this.
So I won, huh?
Okay, just some chain building. 2 GTRs, kind of just chilling. Ooh, okay. Acklev.
How's that?
So Acklev's chain is... And again, just very interesting. I mean, it was very easily extendable. Very easy to harass with. Getting that perfect piece is... That's just wild. That's how perfect that piece was for the situation on Acklev's side. Void has a very nice tail though. It's gonna give their chain just enough power to make Acklev work towards their victory. Acklev doesn't have quite a smart tail, but they had a really strong... They had a really... Wow! Okay, they just had a really strong extension. Just let their chain shine out. Yeah, ooh. Void is building really fast. I mean, both these players have a pretty similar space amount. But if Acklev gets... Like, Void just filled up their board and set off their chain. They didn't have many options beyond that, just how little room they had. But Acklev just wasn't ready with a big chain. So Void was able to take that just because Void focused so much on chaining, while Acklev was like trying to finish off Void. I think that's what was happening. Alrighty, looks like we're going for... That's just not GTR at all. Yeah, we're gonna go for a power 2. Echo's gonna go for a 3 range. It's more powerful. Just a lot of harassment trading right now. Ooh, that's a strong tail. And Wood's not gonna be able to compete with that. Even with that power 3 to the 4, it's just not enough to counter a 6. These players just trading wins. There's no clear-cut winner. I mean, Void just like... I mean, I have a really hard time just analyzing these players. So I'm not entirely sure what is making Void stand up so much stronger compared to Aklov, or what makes Aklov stand up to Void. I guess I just need to notice what causes each player to win. Okay, well this game is kind of a bad example. I think Aklov is just kind of done for on their own. They kind of just they overchained. They didn't need what they were going for. Seeing as how Void's chain is kind of cut like that. But what does make Void prosper? I notice what makes Void prosper, what makes Aklov prosper. I tend to see Aklov making smaller harassments. And they really followed up really well. It was only 2 chains, but when 2 chains are followed up on, they get a lot stronger than they can. Ugh. My nose is relentlessly stuffed right now. It's getting harder to talk. Okay. Aklov has a power 2. However, just any 3 chain is gonna beat a power 2. Yeah, Aklov with a very... Wow, that tail. Really nice how they got the power 8. Yeah, Void just not gonna be able to compete with the power 8. They're kind of just one link behind.
So I won.
Okay. Ooh. I think it's so interesting just how close these players are matched. Aklov is going with a very decisive harassment. Void does not have any options against it. Needed that green-yellow to do anything. Void is still in it though. Does have enough options, but... Ooh, Aklov's chain being short there really was in Aklov's favor. Aklov is going to bring this to match point. Very clean GTR start, both players. Just when you get that little colors at the start. Ooh, landing that harassment was very vital. That's a good amount of garbage that Void just took. Ooh, a little bit of a fake out from Void, but Aklov knows. And ooh, yeah, how those greens are positioned, Void just has no chance of recovering.
so I won.
Yeah, Akliv ends up winning. You know, I am gonna be totally honest. These players were so evenly matched. I don't know what Akliv really did more. I think Akliv was just a bit cleaner, and Akliv had just a more clean board most of the time and harassed cleaner. They generally sent like two chain harassments, not really any power two chains too often. But yeah, both players played excellently. Just Akliv had just these small slight edges that just really just ended up working in their favor. The question is, do I go to semifinals or do I go to losers? I find a loser match to watch. Has this match started? Oh no. Looks like I'm gonna have to go to winners. Uh-oh. No! Please, please, please. Please, please. Oh. Akliv wasn't in the room. Huh. So we're gonna have Hiku versus Akliv. Akliv just seems to be a really strong player. They chain really well. They harass very effectively. Just very... yeah, they just do many things right. Oh my goodness. People need to put passwords in their rooms. When you don't have a password, just anyone's gonna join. And this coming up match is going to be a first to 9 as it is winners finals. So we have a long match ahead of us. Oof. And then I'm probably gonna stream losers finals, and that's also gonna be a first to 9. Oh man. There's a lot of Puyo coming up. This is why you put passwords on your rooms. There's so many people trying to join. This is a technical difficulties moment. Here we go. Whew. Long match ahead of us, and my water just ran out. So we got Akla versus Hiku. I kind of just like when the skill level of players just gets really high, it just like becomes so difficult for me to analyze their play, how they play. And I can point out chain forms and their actions, but I don't really know the core kind of the core just like fundamentals of why it's so effective. Oh, Akla was just going crazy making that harassment really fast. Hiku's just gonna Hiku just has a power 2 of their own. I'm sorry, I haven't looked at chat in a while. But, Hiku's gonna set off a large chain. Yeah, Hiku has a 12 chain. They did initiate, so Akla does have an advantage when it comes to that. It's gonna do a strong offset. Even though it matched the exact chain link, I guess Akla just had more power packed into their chain. They're able to set off more Puyos than Hiku's 12 chain. So not as clean of a chain, but it ended up working in Akla's favor. Oh, okay, Akla is just sacrificing everything. Knew who. Uh-oh. Now, if Akla gives Hiku enough time to recover... Oh, no, actually, Akla... Wait, oh, man, no, no. Oh my goodness. What? What just happened? Holy crap! How did Hiku set off their chain like that? I was looking at a completely different spot. I was like, okay, they can barely set off their chain like that, but they just go... I guess they just had multiple spots to trigger their chain. There's multiple triggers. Wow. Wow is all I can say to that. Hiku's chains just are on another level, but 3 chain all clear is like definitely when all clear is at their strongest.
So I won,
Oh, I'm being like pinged all over the place right now. My duty is to Carbuncles Corner. Back to it. Okay. Hiku's gonna go with their full chain. Not sure why. It looks like Echo's a lot more resources packed into their chain. They're definitely making a blunder. Power 7. It's gonna be much stronger than... I don't know what Hiku's chain is, honestly. Is that a 6? Seems like it. Alright, just some early chain building. That's an extension. Ooh, wow. Okay, that harassment came out of nowhere. Not even I saw that coming, and I'm just spectating. That was a very swift attack. You could really just pull that out of nowhere. Alright, Aklev has a power 2 chain ready. They'll probably get it set off as soon as they can. Hiku only having a 2 chain. Ugh. It's like a huge wave of tiredness just hit me. This is hard. I can't imagine playing right now. Okay, Aklo's gonna do their only option really to provide any pressure on the Hiku. Hiku has a full chain ready. Now being forced into making an action move. Which was gonna be pretty close. Still out chains, sneakily out chains, but
Too bad.
yeah, that took out. It took out. I do wonder if Hiku knew that their chain was just long enough to outchain. Because I mean, in the most optimal setting, when you're outchaining someone, you want to do it as close as possible to give your opponent as little time to build up a chain of their own. Yeah. Oh man, I'm fading out of the world. Oh. Can I really survive 2 more games? I'm definitely gonna need to like get out and get some water.
How's that?
Ooh. I'm missing out on 1 hour of sleep last night. It's really funny right now. But okay, he could just send out the GTR and have a power 10. Akla is getting really close on cutting the chain, but ooh. I don't know if those blues are good blue tail, but yeah, tail just did not connect. That's just rough. Whew. Just some chain building. I've noticed this level a lot of just like chain building, a chain that looks like it can just be built to just work onto like the rest of the chain. These really can just like look like they're gonna be a full chain, but then just kind of be converted into harassment. I've seen that a ton of things. I'm seeing that a lot on this higher level play. Wow, where did that come from? That kind of just came out of nowhere, but Hiku did almost survive, but their column 3 was just too tall. What a close round. Akla really just outchaining. Ugh.
Oh boy.
Ouchie, but not out of options. I can clearly let garbage of those reds. That is a lot of lost space. I mean, that tail is completely inoperable. Akla is really fighting for that blue on this harassment. Finally gets it, but... And Hiku is just ready. Very, very thick 9 chain.
Too bad.
Akla just doesn't have enough time to... Not enough time to build up from there. It looks like Akla is setting up for harassment. It really can just be turned into a full chain on a dime. Meanwhile, Hiku, oh man, I'm having a rough time with this. Keeping up one person, I have to really look at what both people are doing now. Alright, Hiku has a very strong harassment. Actually, that's just blundering the chain. Yeah, Akla's just gonna set off their chain. They have a really strong tail. It looks like Hiku really messed up the chain. Just having it power at too many parts. Getting a very solid 11. Wow, Hiku getting surprisingly close. Just able to utilize the random resources left over
So
from
I won.
the messed up chain. These players are trading rounds left and right. Okay. Nice usage of that purple green to turn it into being on, or just convert it to being on top of the GTR.
How's that?
Here then from Akliv. Ooh, but Hiku's gonna outdo Akliv's harassment.
How's that?
Akliv does not want to take this garbage. Hiku just wants to continue the pressure and just continue the pressure much stronger than Akliv's able to counter, especially at that all clear.
Too bad.
Try not to fall in love, okay?
Just not enough. Akliv just didn't have enough. Yeah, just not enough to fight it. Ooh. Hiku's just gonna set off those purples, realize that they kind of built it up to be unable to tail.
Huh?
Okay, not really sure where Akliv's chain gets set off, but looks like they're gonna go with a harassment. I think they wanted to catch Hiku off guard, but Hiku understood and it's gonna offset it. Akliv's gonna set off the rest of their main chain. These changes are just going all over the place. Looks like Hiku's gonna outchain here. And wow, that's a lot of garbage. It's gonna take out Akliv.
Too bad.
Hiku finally takes a lead. These players have just been trading rounds constantly. Hiku's finally getting some momentum. It's possible that Hiku has found an advantage point. Alright, Akliv's 2 blues in the GTR may become a problem later. Akliv's gonna go with a quick thorn, and ooh, yeah, Hiku's out of commission from that. Getting a little too risky.
So I won.
Akliv really punished that. Just punished that really well. Alright. I think I'm finally noticing a pattern with Akliv's playstyle. They always build a...
Sapphire.
They build a harassment... They just build like a harassment above their GTR. But it can just be turned into a main chain at any point. And wow, Hiku loses their momentum and these players are back to being even. It looks like Akliv can get some really strong harassments. Ugh. I'm gonna be honest with you, my eyes are struggling to stay open. But I will prosper. Okay. Kind of weird how long Akliv took to set off that harassment, but ooh. Hiku kind of gets calm 3'd, but they had so little room. There's not much they could do. And we are at match point. That sure took a long time, but I mean, Hiku's obviously not out of it. I mean, you can't just say it's over. Pretty much at any point you can never say a match is over. Hiku really seems to be setting up for a harassment. It's gonna be really hard to get the colors they need fast. And Akliv's really gonna test that. Hiku has a very strong tail. Let's see if Akliv... Okay, looks like Akliv will try to fight it. No!
Too bad.
Oh no! I don't know. I don't think Ackliff gave up there, but they definitely wanted to pop those purples. Alright, we're at a perfectly even match point in winners finals. This is one of the longer Carbuncles Corner matches I've ever seen. It's just crazy how easily these players just trade wins left and right. Looks like Ackliff is really going for the chain right now. Hiku's gonna get a little greedy. It gets a very good red piece. Oh, gets extremely greedy. Dude, the amount of greed that Hiku's gotten away with right now is just disgusting. Oh, okay. Losing that chunk of Hiku's chain is gonna be devastating. But, oh, okay, Ackliff only having a 9 chain is gonna be really gonna put him in a rough spot. Hiku's gonna end up out-chaining. Hiku had a really good chain setup. Just that how they worked that harassment. That wasn't. Wow.
Try not to fall in love.
Things are happening too fast for me to analyze it. But Hiku takes the round. That was a spicy match. There's just so much back and forth. Lots of attacks. We got big chains. I mean, you got so much of what PuyoPuyo can be. That's just. I guess this is really just like really high level play. Wow. Guys, Ruby Bracket's really hard to commentate. Holy. Well, I hope I'm doing well. Anyways, Hiku is gonna be waiting in grand finals for the losers finals to end. Actually, we still have round 5 of losers going. We're not even at losers finals yet. And this is where I finally get a break. Oh. You don't know how good this feels. I'll now get some water and take a little break. Whew. Back with another full bottle of water. We're so ready to commentate more matches. Oh. I can finally just like take a little break. May not be too long. Oh. Have a never so little break. Kind of retiring for one now. Maybe I should shoot. Okay. Alrighty, we've seen a lot of Akliv playing. Haven't seen Yoshi 100 at all. Now, I know one thing about Yoshi 100. Yoshi 100 offs. I was gonna short it to Yoshi or Yoshi 100. They're actually in the latest, like, official, like, Sega Puyo tournament. Like their big one, like that's kind of all I know about Yoshi. I don't really I guess I remember how they played. I watched their matches from there. But that's some good background, you know. I mean, fighting someone who's competed in an official tournament with all the other top Japanese players is definitely just like a scary, like, little precedence, I guess. Scary little, like, just thing to face. Okay, dude, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we stream sniping? Riley! What is this? What is the meaning of this? Oh wait, what? Oh? Wait, oh. What just happened? Did Riley just stream snipe? Yeah. Riley just stream sniped. Oh. Oh, Riley, you little bugger. Okay, waiting. Okay. Alright, Acliv Think versus Yoshi 100 US. But they're OS or AUS.
Let's do this.
Alrighty. With a classic Sig Ocean Prince matchup. Here we go. I don't know what to expect of Yoshi's gameplay. I know that definitely gonna want to look out for Acliv just kind of building a harassment on top of their chain. We have a full harassment exchange. Acliv right on top. Some more pokes. Very effective on the... Where does this guy? Acliv's gonna fall off with the full chain? It's probably because of Yoshi's 3 chain that they had ready. I mean, not that Yoshi is behind in the chain. 12 is tough to beat though. Yeah, this isn't gonna be... Wait, no, this is they match. Oh, they match, but Acliv just got a little more punch packed in.
So I won.
Acliv's gonna take the first round. Some very good pieces for starting the GTR. Yoshi is gonna build up the greens in their GTR pretty neat, but at the end of the day it doesn't really matter as long as you get the pieces you need. It definitely could have played out of their favor. I mean, this is a very strong harassment. But, I mean, just when the gameplay gets this crazy, there's just plays like these are not accidental. They meant to cut their chain and wow, Yoshi... I'm not sure what Yoshi was doing there.
So I won.
I think they got greens. Couldn't they have set it up? Maybe they were setting up a tail and they thought they could get more greens. Maybe they needed it. I'm not entirely sure. Oh no, that's just... wait, that offset? I guess both are power 2s. Wait, Acliv building very tall. No way! That's just mean. What? Just when the one garbage is just ruins your entire day. Acliv had a very much of a chance of just that one garbage didn't. It just landed one spot to the right or something. Just not in column 3. And it wasn't just like column 3 that killed them, it was a... It just messed them up really badly. Okay, so yeah, Akliv, they could have easily put a green on top of the reds to make their chain just kind of set off as a normal chain. But they could just set up this harassment. Ooh, and Akliv's gonna just notice that Yoshi is just setting off very risky harassment. And not gonna play out in Yoshi's favor too well. That's a lot of garbage. Akliv actually set up a counter setup of some kind. But Yoshi just isn't gonna have the resources to fight this. Yeah, not enough greens there. Wondering why they didn't at least just try to set it off. I didn't realize there weren't enough greens. So far, I noticed Yoshi makes a lot of like definitive plays. Like they don't seem to poke. Whenever they harass, it's a power 2. It's a 3. It's gonna have something is going to occur from the harassment. This ain't no baby talk. I don't know what I meant by that, but
Too bad.
Satisfied at last.
more just so much trading. Alright, yeah, both players gonna catch the all clear. Oh, okay. What? No, I don't know if this is just a top level player thing, but none of them went for a counter setup. I was fully expecting both players to just start going crazy in columns 4 to 6. Yeah, Yoshi again. The decisive harassment. Just forces Akliv to set up their chain. He's gonna, in turn, force Yoshi to build up a counter, but it's not gonna be enough. Akliv takes a small lead. And it's 2 points. It's 2 points. Out of I think this is a first to 9. So I mean, it's not like Akliv has this in the bag. But yeah, Akliv is very good at punishing Yoshi's decisive. Or very. I feel like I'm overusing the word decisive. Akliv is very good at countering Yoshi's attacks. Yoshi really wants those purples excessively. Ah, that's why they had a dig ready. Oh no, but it doesn't quite connect. It's gonna take a bit of garbage. Yoshi definitely has more resources right now, but it can keep on getting covered up. Oh wow, that's a very impressive power 3. Man, but Akliv has built really tall and it's just ready with the follow-up. But is Akliv ready for this? Yeah, Akliv really is. Akliv's gonna come in with a 4 chain. Oh, wow. So, I think Akliv was just like at an advantage at most of the point, but I don't think Akliv was realizing the amount of space they had. But at the same time, Yoshi was getting some crazy digs. Yeah, Yoshi is some strong. Yoshi is strong at digging and dealing with large amounts of garbage. It seems like. And this time Akliv's gonna come in with this decisive blow that I keep on crediting Yoshi for. This might be too long of a harassment. I don't know. It's actually just long enough. Yoshi does not have any room.
So I won.
Ooh. Alrighty. Aklov maintaining their lead. I do think Aklov is just showing a strong matchup against Yoshi. I feel like anything Yoshi does, Aklov just really like just punishes it really well. I mean, just like their chain was just fully ready by the time Yoshi sent their first harassment. Yoshi's ready with a very clean makeshift extension. Oh, very close, but Yoshi just didn't have quite enough time to really... Because, I mean, they made a makeshift extension. Didn't have much potential to really become anything else, even if Yoshi had more time. I mean, Yoshi just had to make it because they didn't have enough time. Which is why it was like that. Ugh. Aklov's gonna have a really nice tail. Aklov is ready to counter anything that Yoshi has. If Yoshi is that 2-chain, here comes a 4-chain from Aklov. Oh, Yoshi gets the perfect piece they need to set up their 4-chain. Now, interesting that Yoshi did that. Let's talk about how Yoshi does a lot of the decisive plays, but that was just a 2-chain from Yoshi. Very powerful 8 from Aklov. Still some great effort from Yoshi. With that. I mean, rolling a 5 that fast, like, all that pressure, and right after exiting your main chain. It's not easy. It's definitely one of my biggest weaknesses when it comes to Puyo. So when I see it happen, it's just always awesome. Oh, weird. Aklov is going with their full chain. Yeah, I had to have been a mistake. Okay, well somehow that just ended up in one garbage being sent. I thought Aklov was just done for. Initiating through main chain, that's not gonna end well. Aklov just kind of throwing out harassment, but Yoshi's not ready. And getting the follow-up? Oh man! Aklov is on fire with these harassments. I mean, it just kept on going. Really just like catching Yoshi off guard. Find ourselves at match point. A lot of pressure is on Yoshi right now. I mean, just one game lost and that's it. That's the round. Yeah, Aklov again ready with a 4-chain. Isn't getting a green they need, but does get it. And because they're ready with their 4-chains, Yoshi tends to harass that 3-chain, so it's gonna offset, but Yoshi's ready with a follow-up. It's gonna get a power 7, that's just gonna be just fast enough. And yeah, Aklov does not have the purples to access their core of their GTR to set off the rest of their chain. Yoshi just might have the momentum to... just might have the strength to keep up. I mean, if Yoshi just kind of needs to lock in what Aklov is doing. I feel like Aklov is going to set off that power 2. Okay, that was a different power 2, and that actually is just a 4-chain. And... ooh, actually, Yoshi cutting that is super smart. Very clever cut from Yoshi. Just like barely getting the 5-chain to offset and kill off Aklov. Is there something wrong with my chat? Like, there's just no one talking. That's okay. How can you talk when this awesome gameplay is going on? Aklev is ready with a large chain. They're contemplating whether or not they want to extend with those reds, and yeah, they're not gonna. That 3 chain's gonna disallow anything, but
Sapphire.
Yoshi's definitely gonna play this well. I mean, Yoshi only like what, a 3 chain? That's not much to mess up your main chain. Being at a 7 on going onto the tail. Oh, but it doesn't matter how strong your this isn't mad. Doesn't matter how strong your extension is if your tail is just that insane. Oh, I know Yoshi is sweating right now. Like, I mean, this is so much pressure whenever you're just. Oh. Oh no. Aklev building too much on column 3 is just unable to access any kind of counter that they had. Oh, but Yoshi also placing something in column 3, but still is able to access their counter setup. Aklev getting taken out. Yoshi is going insane right now. Aklev got match point. Yoshi is just denying Aklev of this easy. Well, not easy, but just really doesn't want Aklev to get such a strong victory, and just wants to win for themselves, really. So interesting. Aklev's chain right now is ready to be set off. It can't really be turned into harassment. Well, I won't even tell you that. Those reds are set up. If that lands, Aklev is going to get. Okay, he's gonna set off their chain like that. Oh. Ooh. Okay, just clears off that harassment. Yoshi makes a risky play. Oh, yeah, and that's it. Ooh. Yoshi was this close to taking a really strong comeback. Yoshi is really far behind, but oh wow, I mean, Aklev really came out on top there because Aklev really found out how to outplay Yoshi's harassments. They kind of just figured out the default harassment that Yoshi went for and caught Yoshi off guard by just countering it every single time. But Yoshi was really close to getting that comeback. That was a spicy game. I think spicy a lot. It was. I mean, games are close like that. And now we're on the grand finals. Seeing 2 familiar faces. Oh, looks like we have a Yoshi fan in the chat. Oh, Yoshi, why? Oof. You know, Yoshi put up Yoshi is just like went crazy too. I mean, it was very close. Yoshi almost got a pretty. Aklev almost got a very strong victory. You know, honestly, these players kind of came out of nowhere. I've never seen Aklev. I maybe have seen Hiku. Not entirely sure. I don't think I've seen Hiku before, but well, I haven't seen them much. But Man, are they really impressing me with what they can do. This player's just kind of coming out of nowhere and beating someone who made it through the last Grand Champion, or made it to the last major tournament. These players are made of something else. Dang, Carbuncles Corner has never seen such like just crazy high level play. I mean, I haven't seen this one in Carbuncles Corner before. It was probably in the last one, the last Switch one. Even the last main one, I got kicked pretty hard. PC one. Just like, just putting these global ranking points on the line just brings in the best players, of course. Okay, so Hiko versus Aklev. We've seen this matchup before. Hiko did win last time, but Aklev is showing some very strong potential. I don't know if, like, it was like 1 point off. It was like a 1 point victory, so like, can't really like. Oh no, Hiko just blocked themselves. Oh no. Yeah, ouch. I don't really know what to say about that. Hiko just got incredibly greedy, and they just couldn't deal with it. Not sure why they went for it. They definitely should have like converted into like a harassment, seeing as how Echo's chain was also very ready. Maybe the thought was that if they set off for harassment, then Echo would just set off the chain, but at least Hiko would have had time to fix things. Yeah, Hiku's putting on the pressure. Oh, yeah, Hiku not having any counter ready against Hiku. And this is a new player. New player, you do need to think differently. And from what it looks like Aklev had a very strong matchup against specifically Yoshi. Just in how they kind of just anticipated their every move. Alright, we're seeing this again. Just to, instead of like a full chain, it's just a counter. Not just, it's a full-on counter to the harassment. Those send a lot of pressure. Oh, but Hiko has their full chain ready. Very, just how they dug through all that garbage, very impressive. Yeah, just not able to counter that.
Too bad.
Not enough pieces in the amount of time they had. Aklev doesn't really have a... Oh, I guess they do. Choosing the wrong choice at the wrong time. Yeah, that's... Oof. That's just oof, really.
Too bad.
Hiku definitely just like Aklev was just not ready for Hiku's 5 chain. Ugh. Sorry if I sound like really low energy, I really am just like struggling to keep my eyes open right now. Not really sure why. I guess that 1 hour of lost sleep is really impacting me right now. Aklev going with the initiative on this 3 chain. Hiku, interesting. Hiku's gonna plot their full chain. I guess there's kind of their only option.
How's that?
How thick of a 9 chain is that? Sending a clone with a 9 chain? I like to... What? Wait a second, what? That was a... That 9 chain was super powered. And I wasn't looking, I didn't see how thick it was, so I wasn't able to like... I just wasn't... Yeah, I really just wasn't able to see that. But, ooh. Both players are Column 3 lovers, even though it's an all-2.
Oh boy.
Oh, Akliv. No. Yeah, that's why you don't place things in Column 3, you just...
Try not to fall in love, okay?
I mean, it could be the best play, but it could also deny your entire plan for your counter setup. I did not realize just how far ahead Hiku is. Whoa! And I do really love Akliv's playstyle, but you know, my brain really wants Hiku to win, so this doesn't bracket reset, but you know, bracket resets are so hype. Who doesn't want one? Anyways, back to the actual game at hand. Hiku's gonna set off their full chain? Yeah, well... I think a full chain initiation. Hiku seems to be an advantage. Yeah, just... Yeah, no, this is equal. Not quite. Both very clean 13 chains. Oh no.
Too bad.
Akliv just giving up there. Ooh. I mean, makes sense. So little room. Your opponent has like just a clean board. I mean, you're just... It's not gonna go well. Huh. Akliv making a very odd choice to have those 2 blues in the GTR. For me, I would avoid that like the plague. I don't want to strive for that many colors. Alright. Equalize each other's chains. Too much happening there. Okay, I'm struggling to find how Hiku can set off their chain. Oh no, it's on the right side. Somewhat of a fake out. Is gonna send Akliv out. Akliv is very far behind. Hiku's going nuts. I can't believe I've like never seen Hiku before. I mean, their name sounds familiar, but they're going wild. An impressive player. Akliv is ready for... Akliv can just set a yellow on top of those purples anytime they want. Actually, just how their chain... Uh-oh. Oh yeah, Hiku's really taking advantage of how Akliv set up the chain. That doesn't work, does it? Because the purples are gonna cut. Does manage to... Wow, okay. Does manage to recover that. That was very impressive. So what they did is they realized their purples cut, and just with how they set up the Puyo's connecting to the GTR, like past where the GTR goes, they were just able to what am I trying to say? Ugh. No, I feel like I'm making a good analysis, but I'm blanking out. Forget it. I'm sorry to anyone who wanted to hear my analysis. Okay, Hiku's gonna Yeah, there's no room for Hiku there.
So I won.
Oh, but Hiku has such a large lead that this is just no problem. This is grand finals. This is first to 10. Hiku does still need to win 3 more games, but Akliv needs to win 7 more games.
How's that?
And then needs to go through a bracket reset additionally. So Akliv is at the mind games disadvantage at the very least. They're far behind in score. They're coming from losers bracket. They're also pulling out the nice harassments. You're definitely in a rough spot.
How's that?
Diku's gonna go. Diku's just throwing things. Wow. Okay.
So I won.
Yeah, just a lot of things thrown. Akliv just really keeping up the pressure on Hiku. Hiku was in a spot where they could set off their chain, but Akliv could just kind of like outchain them. That makes sense. That's a pretty risky play, and it's why would a risky play ever get punished? Yeah, Hiku really messed up not punishing that.
So I won.
Hiku definitely needs to go for some stronger initiations. I've just been noticing that Akliv's been able to get away with their strong early game just because Hiku isn't there to really just mess him up. Anyways. Yeah, Akliv goes GTR. Both these players go GTR. Like I said, it's for sure the most common chain form. Yeah, Akliv's gonna go with their strong early game. Looks like they're finally gonna get a little punished. And here comes Akliv's full chain. That is a strong tail. But Hiku has had more time to recover their chain. They also have a really strong tail. Hiku stops Akliv's momentum.
Too bad.
Try not to fall in love, okay?
Hiku is just one step away from winning it all. Or 2 steps, oopsie. Yeah, Akliv is... I mean, I feel like this is a matter of Hiku needing to adapt to what Akliv is doing. I can't help but feel that Akliv is kind of just like really messing with Hiku. And Hiku just needs to really learn how to deal with it.
How's that? Sapphire. Cerulean. Lapis
Oh no. No. Oh wait, the perfect piece they made? Oh, not quite. Ouchie. Akliv is really closing the gap.
So I won.
Hiku is just this close to taking it home though. By this close, just imagine me like pinching my fingers like really close together. Okay. Yeah, I can stay up for an early attack. Goes with 2 power 1 chains. It's just gonna send a couple pieces of garbage down. Hiku will easily shake that off. Hiku's gonna go with a weak harassment. Oh, what? I thought that was gonna be something. Why is he functioning? Oh my. I think Acklov just counted how big Hiku's chain is, counted how big Acklov's chain is, and saw that they might outchain? No. Okay. Guess not. Maybe there's some more power to there
Too bad.
miscalculation or something. We are at a 6-9, folks. Haha. So funny. Anyways. Yeah, now we're at match point. Match point on Grand Finals. Hiku for sure is chaining stronger than Acklov most of the time. Acklov again with their strong early game strat.
How's that?
Just outdoing the harassments that the other player provides. Oh, they're gonna equalize. Well, close to equalizing. A little bit of garbage sent to Acklov. Hiku is gonna be at an advantage because of that. Any kind of garbage that Hiku can get to cripple. Wow, that 5 chain kind of just came out of nowhere. Good at extend? Yeah, that... I was really focused on what Hiku was doing, but Acklov definitely cooked. Oh, okay, so I think that could have been an all clear, but Acklov understood that this is way too big of a chain, that an all clear would benefit, so I'm not gonna go for it. Oh, and that's game. Oof.
Too bad.
Yeah, Acklov just stacked a little too high in column 3. That was a crazy match. Acklov put on a lot of just... Acklov just had this really strong just early game approach that Hiku just kind of adapted to. Yeah, wow. Very well played. That's... I used to watch some high-level Puyo. This is like... I guess that wasn't that long ago, but... I watched some like high-level Puyo from this guy who'd play against some other high-level players. This is really reminding me of that, just how there's a lot of plays made that I just don't quite understand, or it's just really hard to figure out. Or just some like crazy plays, like some top players make some of the most wild tails you've ever seen. Diffed? Might be the... No comprehend. Like, what kind of diff? But yeah, that does include Grand Finals. Yeah, that's Ruby bracket for Carbuncles Corner. Hiku's just better. I mean, not that Acklov wasn't putting up such a strong fight. And come on, you can't deny that Acklov is just also a great player. And of course, Hiku had some really strong chains. But I really like, maybe it's bad that I noticed Acklov's early game kind of strat, meaning like any like high level player than me would also notice that and be able to adapt to it. But no matter what the skills are, it has just some great games. Anyways, I'm gonna get some well-deserved rest. What a tournament. Those are some crazy skill expression going on. I mean, like I said earlier, the global ranking points being on the line just brings out the best in players. Just brings out the strongest forms of themselves. I don't know if the stream is still going. Let me take a look. Okay, it looks like Dusty's stream is still going on. I'm gonna go ahead and refer everyone to this stream, and you can check out, it's probably Grand Finals Pro Bracket, but yeah, go ahead, give it a look. Take a look at what's going on the other side. And yeah, have a great day. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome. I really enjoy streaming these events. I stream Carbuncles Corner every time there's... I stream every Carbuncles Corner, really. I stream my POV from the PC ones, and I stream the Switch ones as a spectator. So, you know, watch out for those in the future. And yeah, check out Dusty's stream.